Hello there, nice slice here, coming at you from the Great White North in beautiful British Columbia, Canada. Today we're going to be looking at the Buck 110 Slim Pro TRX. There's the model number there, the 110. It's the ORS3, which I believe, because I got the orange G10 and it is S30 V steel. This one was manufactured early on this year. Is the pro level knife, made in the USA. It comes, of course, with the Buck Forever warranty. Let's see what's in the box. There's the Edge of a Legend. The new logo for Buck on their pro level. The old boxes would say the measure of a knife. Here's the bag that Buck puts their pro level folders in now. There's the warranty card underneath all the shredded cardboard. Have a look at that if you like. I'm going to be talking on the Forever warranty in a very near episode. I have some information to share with my subscribers and anybody else who would like to listen to me talk about the Forever warranty. But right now, let's look at this knife. This is the latest version of the Slim Pro 110 Hunter. This, of course, is orange G10. Very nice texture on this handle. Can you hear that? Very grippy. And as you can see, this knife is fastened together with Torx screws. I believe that's where the TRX model name comes into play. That's new for a 110. It is the first 110 I've owned that I've been able to actually disassemble. They do have the 110 Sport Pro with the micarta and aluminum. I do not possess one of those yet, but I intend to in the near future. But right now we're talking about this knife, and this very well put together knife. I do have the first version of the Slim Pro 110 Hunter. I'll be showing you that in just a moment. This, of course, the Boss heat treated S30 V steel. You can see the edge bevel from the factory. It's quite nice on this blade. This thing is a razor blade for sure. Very, very sharp out of the box. There's the 110 laser etched into the tang with the date stamp. Date code. There's Buck with the anvil. USA, of course. Here's the thumb studs used for one-handed opening. Can we get that to focus? You can. There it is. You can see the Buck anvil on the pivot screw. And there's also an anvil on the clip, stamped into the clip. I do like that Buck brands their products as much as possible. Personally, I enjoy that. I think it's great. Now this thumb stud, I believe I'm going to remove that. Like I said, I bought this for hunting. This will not be an everyday carry knife for me. So the one-handed opening is not an absolute necessity. And for me, I would feel better if these weren't here. I did ask Buck if they could send me one with a nail nick in it, and they said not yet. And I couldn't wait, so I purchased this anyhow. But there is another YouTuber out there by the name of TheKirbyCreekOutfit. I would recommend you check out his videos. He does very nice work with his Buck 110s. And he has a short video on how he removed the thumb studs on his 110 Sport And I'm going to take his advice and do the exact same thing when I remove these. So I'd like to say thanks to the Kirby Creek Outfit and give him a shout out. You guys check out his channel. He's a class act all the way. So, like I said, I brought another one to compare. And this was my first 110 Slim Select Folding Hunter. There's been quite a few reviews on this knife. I love this knife. It is a fantastic knife. There is the nail nick on this one. Once again, I do not carry this knife every day. I only carry it when I go hunting. And this is the micarta handle. It's not G10. And the brown micarta was a lot lighter when I purchased this, but in the last 2-3 years, I believe, I've had this knife 2 years. It's been with me on quite a few extended trips and quite a few day trips on the mountain, trying to get some game to throw in the pot. This has done a number of birds and rabbits. It helped out on a deer that I did not harvest myself, but I was there, so we helped out. This knife does a tremendous job in the field. There's the pocket clip on that one. You can see it has the anvil cut out of it. Now, there are lots of opinions on this pocket clip. Personally, I like it. As I said, this strictly a hunting knife for me. And this knife rests in the bib pocket of my overalls. And that's where it stays the whole time I'm hunting. So I don't really care if it's an ugly pocket clip or not. I personally don't feel it's ugly. It does a great job. But hey, to each their own. This also is Boss Heat Treated S30V. You can see it beside the new TRX version. You can see the difference in the pocket clips. Let's get that a little closer. So you can make up your own mind on that. They are pretty much identical, other than the fact that you can take this one apart for cleaning and maintenance. We'll just close this one up for safety. And this one as well. And then we'll compare the weight, because to be honest, this one actually feels a little bit heavier. I don't know if G10 is heavier than micarta. That could be the case. Let's just match them up here. As you can see, almost identical width. But we will throw it on my scale here. Right now we're in grams. $83 grams for the original Slim 110 Slim Select width. Of course, I didn't point out, but this knife is riveted. You cannot take this one apart. The only screws are to reverse the pocket clip if you so chose to do that. So that was 83 grams. 93, 10 grams heavier. So there was a noticeable difference. .93 ounces. 3.28. It must be the G10. And of course, the thumb studs are going to add a little extra weight. The pocket clip looks like it should be lighter. Less material. Perhaps the new fasteners weigh more than the rivets. I personally think it's the G10 and the thumb studs for the opener. It's not a huge difference, but it is noticeable. So let's take some measurements here, shall we? Like I said, I believe they're the same width. This is millimeters we're talking right now. 9.6. 9.6. identical. That's what I thought. So all the other specs are going to be the same. That nice snap, that lock, the lock back by Buck. This knife is 8.5 inches. Blade length 3 3/4. Cutting edge 3 1/4. Now for the sharpness test. I know I really don't need to demonstrate how sharp this is, but I'm going to, because it makes me happy to do this. And this is newspaper, and it just glides right through that, as you can see. Very, very sharp. I'm very happy with this knife. Glad I made the purchase. And I will say, I went to a local store once again, and they had the best price around on this knife. I paid 128 Canadian dollars for this, so that translates to 100 US dollars for this knife. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to go back to that shop, I think, in the near future and pick up that 110 Sport. Or if they have one, they didn't have one when I was in, but if they have one, I'll get the 112 Sport because I may enjoy that one more, I believe. Anyhow, this is the 110 Slim Pro TRX. There you have it.